An Argentine serial killer who took 8 lives for revenge. Part 1 is an exciting story about the cruelty and ruthlessness that shocked Argentina and caused horror among people all over the country. In the center of the plot is a man named Juan, who witnessed the murder of his parents as a child. The tragic event left him in deep shock and aroused in him an irresistible desire for revenge. Over the years, Juan devoted his life to finding the killers of his parents. He began to study the art of murder, developed his skills and planned his bloody revenge. Each of his victims was connected to the murderer's family, and each murder was well planned and ruthlessly executed. Part 1 is about the first 4 victims that Juan chose for his revenge. He followed them, studied their routines and their weaknesses in order to deliver a fatal blow at the most unexpected moment. The killings were brutal and sophisticated, leaving behind traces of fear and chaos. The Argentine police were powerless in front of this ruthless serial killer. Juan was carefully prepared and remained invisible, leaving behind only tangled traces and secrets. What awaited his next victim and where will his thirst for revenge lead him? While the Argentine police were powerless in the face of Juan's ruthless deeds, the local population was gripped by horror and anxiety. People began to lock themselves in their homes, wary of being the next victims of this brutal serial killer. Juan's next 4 victims were carefully chosen. He studied each of them, penetrated into their personal lives and found weaknesses to use against them. But his methods were not only physical, he played with their minds, manipulated their fears and left behind messages filled with mystical symbols. Riddles and puzzles left at the crime scenes caused concern in the police. They tried to unravel their meaning, but Juan was a step ahead. He enjoyed his revenge by plunging his victims into an atmosphere of fear and exhaustion. However, in the very depths of Juan's soul, something else was melting. He began to realize that his revenge had not brought him true satisfaction. Each murder only increased his thirst for revenge, plunging him into madness and darkness. While Juan continued his bloody business, the police finally found traces that could lead to him. They were putting together a puzzle of evidence, trying to predict his next move. But they understood that there was little time left, and each new victim could be the last.